It's Dino Vinyl Times back with another vinyl update. Today I'm just going to be concentrating on two artists, not four, two artists that I have been recently collecting and I'm really enjoying collecting, and sort of update and how it's kind of going so far. So in the background we're listening to one of my favourite albums by The Jam, All Mod Cons, and yeah, really like this one. One of my favourites, some great tracks on here. Mr. Clean, In the Crowd, Down the tube station at midnight, and To Be Someone, which is a great track. And all you Oasis fans out there, if you've ever heard Noel Gallagher's version, well, check out Noel Gallagher's version of that. It's amazing. A lot different to the album version. Okay, right, so I'm going to get straight on. I'm going to try and keep this short. First up is talking of The Jam. These are some Jam 45 singles I've picked up recently. Some of them I may have shown already. I do apologise. Just I couldn't remember which ones I'd shown or not. So hopefully you won't have seen all of them. Right. Anyway, first up, a great track by The Jam. Everybody likes it if you like The Jam. Going Underground. Just quality. Really enjoy this one. Just amazing. The B-side of this one is The Dreams of the Children. All of these are picture covers as well, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, that's 1980. Jam Going Underground. Another big hit of theirs, Town Called Malice. B-side of Precious. 1982, that one is. Next up, The Modern World. B-side of Sweet Soul Music, and B-side, second track on the B-side is Back in the Arms Again, recorded live at the 100 Club in 1977. So that was pretty cool. Next up, Start with Lisa Radley as the B-side, 1980. Sort of record player on the back there. Can't make out what kind of record player it is, BSR. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Next up, When You Were Young, and a B-side of Smithers and Jones, and this is from 1979 on Polydor. We have Beat Surrender and Shopping. What year is this? 1982. A nice woman on the front always reminds me of Debbie Harry, but I don't think it's actually Debbie Harry, but it just reminds me of her. And Eating Rifles and Seesaw as a B-side, 1979. All of these are on Polydor, so I don't need to put that. Jam in the City from In the City album. This is the B-side is Taking My Love. Pretty cool because he kind of looks exactly the same as the front of the album, the LP, In the City. Next up is All Around the World, B-side of Carnaby Street. Boys on the back there, and this is 1977. And last but not least, we have The Jam, Strange Town, and the B-side is The Butterfly Collector, which I really like that song, Butterfly Collector. It's a great track. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I picked all of them up from the same shop, which is my local record shop in Chippenham, Magpie Music, which is pretty cool. They're really reasonably priced around. I think that most of those were like £2 each. There's still a few I need to get. I still haven't got a copy of Funeral Pyre yet, and there's one or two more I still haven't got. The only Jam album, studio album I haven't got yet is The Modern World, which I was going to pick up on Saturday, but I picked up something else, which I'm just about to show you in a minute, and you'll understand why I picked the other record and not this Modern World. Which I know's there, they have more than one copy, so it's just a case of picking it up as and when I get the chance. So, and that will complete my studio albums for The Jam, which is pretty cool. And then I'll just look to get some sort of different variants of that, maybe some foreign copies. So I really enjoy collecting The Jam. They're one of the bands I really enjoy. They influence a lot of the music that, like my favourite band, Ocean Colour Scene, they influenced them very heavily. Oasis. They're a modern revival band from the 80s, so you know, just love the look of them back then. You know, Weller's just got a fantastic voice, and the music's very simplistic. I think they kind of get to the point. You know, just there's no sort of elaborate sort of solos and stuff like that, which I don't mind, don't get me wrong, but I like the way the Jam are very simplistic in their style and what they do. So yeah, pretty cool. Right, so that's the Jam. Next up, some Led Zeppelin to show. Now next up is, I got a little bit excited about this when I saw it, and I clung on it. When I saw it in the shop, I clung on to it like it was my own small child. And this is Led Zeppelin 1. I nearly shat myself when I saw it, excuse the French, because you just don't see it very often around where I live. You know, I live in a small town. The town across where I get my records from is a small town as well. I don't have the luxury of living in some of these big cities where there's a record shop on every other second street, where you would probably find copies of this. So that was pretty cool. It's in really good condition. There's a few sort of little small creases on the corners. It's the laminated front, and this is a UK second press. Second press, not first press, unfortunately, because it doesn't have the turquoise writing, which, I mean, I've seen some of the prices that the first press goes for, and it's like £1,500, £2,000. So this is the second press one with the orange label. But on the actual vinyl labels, this is the plum and orange label. So a little bit rarer than the normal second press, which is pretty cool. But this also has the title Warner Brothers on the bottom and not Super Hype. Some of the later second presses do have Super Hype and Warner Brothers, but this one just has Super Hype. Sorry, just has Warner Brothers. But it's pretty cool. The vinyl's in okay condition. I wouldn't say it was amazing. It looks like, well, when I spoke to the guy in the shop, he said it plays okay. There are some pops and crackles, but he said he hasn't had a chance to really give it a good clean. So he said if you did that, then maybe it's going to play even better. So I will certainly be spending my time this afternoon giving that a good play through. But I was so happy to find it and just to have it in my collection. Even if it doesn't play that well, I still want it because you know, it's a part of the collection. You know, it's Led Zeppelin 1. Haven't got a copy of it yet, so and then maybe one day I might find a better copy. But I'm really happy. I was so happy with this. I actually rang my wife, and she was like, "Why are you so excited?" I was like, "I just found a copy of Led Zeppelin 1." She's like, "Oh, okay, I'm going out. See you later." I was like, "Alright, yeah, but I got it. Okay." Just yeah. I found out an interesting fact about the back photograph. Chris Dredger took the photo. I didn't know that because I didn't even notice it. It says backliner photo. I didn't know that. I just didn't click when I saw Chris Dredger being a part of the Yardbirds. And I looked into it a little bit more. He was actually offered a place in Led Zeppelin. Again, I didn't know that. So I don't profess to know anything about Led Zeppelin. So I'm still learning every day about Led Zeppelin, really, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just so stoked to get that. Proper stoked to get it. It's one of my treasured possessions. It's probably the most expensive album I own now as well, because that did cost a pretty penny. It was about 40 quid. I would have probably paid a little bit more. I'd have probably paid a little bit more, yeah, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Whether I had told the wife I'd have paid a little bit more or not, it doesn't matter, but yeah, it was about £40. And yeah, that's the reason I didn't get the Jam This Modern World, because I spent quite a bit on this, but still super stoked to get it. That was on Saturday. I have picked up a few other albums recently. I picked up this, Presents, by Led Zeppelin. Now this I picked up for £1 because it's in a pretty shitty condition. The cover and everything is the gatefold one. It has this horrible brown tape all around it for some reason. Whether somebody thought they was going to split, I don't know. But it's in a pretty beat up condition. But the good thing is, the vinyl plays absolutely fine, which I suppose is the most important part about the whole thing. You know, you don't listen to the fucking outer sleeve, do you? You don't stick the outer sleeve on. The vinyl I've listened to plays fine. I gave it a really good clean. Still got a few pops and crackles on it, but nothing, you know, that you wouldn't really bother you too much. So, you know, this is on the. What year is this? 1976 on their Swan Song label. I haven't checked out what press this is, but it looks fairly original, so it could be the first press. I'll definitely have to check that out because I don't know for sure, so I'm not going to say it is or it isn't. But yeah, check that out. I believe this was one we was recorded down in Munich, in Germany, which is quite ironic because if I'd have known that, I'd have probably tried to check out the old studio because I just moved from Germany and we didn't live too far away from Munich. But yeah, I mean, like I say, it's in a pretty beat up condition, but the music is good, and that's, at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're here for the music. It's nice to have all these, ooh, it looks really cool and fresh and clean, but this one's not. But it cost me £1, so for fuck's sake, it's £1. I'm not gonna fucking worry about it. Hopefully I'll find another copy one day and it'll be immaculate and I'll be able to keep it in a hermetically sealed fucking bag or whatever, you know. It doesn't matter. It's just about the music, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, nice to have, nice to add to the collection. Next up, I got some more Led Zeppelin, In Through the Back Door, which I haven't really had a chance to listen to yet. But this one comes in the brown paper bag, which is pretty cool, which is in really good condition. Again, not that that really matters, but it is, it's in good condition. And the album itself, because it's getting kept in that brown paper bag and then kept in a sleeve as well, I mean, this is perfect, really. Absolutely perfect. It's like proper solid cardboard, which none of this flimsy crap, there's no bent, dents, dinks, whatever you want to call it. And then the inner sleeve is like even more rigid and solid. But yeah, the vinyl is in absolutely perfect working order. I can't even see a scratch on it. I'm not even sure if it's been played. The only idea that it's been played is that the hole around here has got a little bit of sort of bin knocking. So I don't think this has been played a lot. That's pretty cool. Again, this is on Swan Song, and I think this was 79. Yeah, 79 on Swan Song. So that was pretty cool to get that one. I haven't had a chance to listen to this one yet. I might do that this afternoon. Some people say it's not as good as their earlier stuff, but you know, I'll listen to it with an open mind and go from there, really. So that's pretty cool. Get that one in there. Try and put it back without ripping the bag. I got this from my. Oh, so the last one I got, the presents, I got that from a car boot sale, hence why it was £1, and it was pretty beat up. And this one I got from my local record shop, and it cost me £12. But that's fine. I think it's worth it. So that's pretty cool. And then last but not least, one of probably the best albums they did, in my eyes. Well, not just in my eyes. A lot of people say this is one of their best albums. I must admit I haven't heard In Through the Back Door yet. But from what I've been told, and I've listened to this a few times, this is probably one of their best releases. This is Physical Graffiti, picked up again from a local record shop. This is not in amazing condition, but it's okay. It's pretty solid. There's a little bit of tear. There's a tear mark there, and the corners are a bit sort of dented in, but you know, it's an iconic album, really. It's got the cutouts on it. You can sort of see through it. See me through it there? No? Ooh, no? Okay. But yeah, so it's got all the pictures of people in the windows, and it's obviously that iconic building in New York. I don't know the name of the building, but I know it was taken from a picture of a building in New York. But this is one of their better albums, I'm told. I do like it. There's a lot of songs on there I do like. Comes with the white record sleeve with the track listings on there as well, so that was pretty cool. Kind of folds out, nothing on that side, but yeah. So I was super stoked to get that. This is from 1975, again on Swan Song. Get that back in there, nice. So yeah. So as far as my Led Zeppelin collection's going, it's going pretty well. I now have Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3. 2 copies of 4, 1 English, 1 German. I have Presents, I have In Through the Back Door, and I have Physical Graffiti. So that only leaves me to get Houses of the Holy, and The Song Remains the Same for studio albums, I believe. Not unless anybody else knows of anything else. So I will be looking out for those. I'm actually bidding on Houses of Holy at the moment on eBay. So hopefully be able to get that copy, and then I want to try and move on to the Led Zeppelin singles and see what I can find single-wise. I know there are singles out there, but I know they weren't a singles band, so it'll be interesting to see what they do have. I am in my local record shop as well. There is a bootleg copy of them live at the Matley Ballroom, or one of the ballrooms. I think it's Matley Ballroom. Something. Anyway, it's a bootleg, a live bootleg, and I've asked him to put it aside for me, but he said I can only do it. He can only put it aside for a week. So it's £18. I don't own any other bootlegs. I'm not a massive fan of bootlegs because I don't necessarily like live albums. But it looks pretty cool, so I might get it just because it looks cool. I know that sounds pretty sad, but hey, that's what us people do, I suppose. So yeah, that's it really. I'm really happy with my Led Zeppelin collection. Talking of Led Zeppelin, I just want to give a quick shout out to Rob Paneeks, Rob in Boston. Every time I upload a video, that man is really generous with his time, and he sits and watches them and he comments, and we've been having a little bit of dialogue. It seems that we like a lot of the same music, whether it be Led Zeppelin, the Smiths, the Jam, talking about a lot of the Manchester bands we were talking about the other day. I've been watching a lot of his videos, and he's got an amazing collection. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. I'll put a link below to his channel. I know most of you already probably know who he is, but just wanted to say thanks, Rob, for commenting on all my videos and just having some great dialogue. Really appreciate it. I hope you're having a happy New Year so far, and you had a good Christmas. And yeah, cool, man. No worries. Catch you later. Cheers.